and then you can do kind of like a wall bounce afterwards. That was a parry right there. What is up, everybody? This is JWong, and we had the amazing opportunity to play Project L. Yes, they have Riot Games have invited a bunch of us to go to check out Project L. So if you guys want to see my thoughts, hear my thoughts, check out some gameplay that they provided us. Hit the like, share, subscribe, turn on the bell's notification, and let's get into the video. You know, I just want to say, like, again, big shout outs to Riot for giving us the opportunities. You know, it was like really cool checking it out, and you know, obviously there was familiar faces that has been working on the game, as you see on Twitter. But man, like, this game was really sick. Like, there was so much to do within the games, and I just want to tell you all, obviously we're gonna let the gameplay play in the background, but I want to talk about kind of like the mechanics, the characters that we were able to play and everything. So obviously there's Ari, you have Echo and Darius. So I played Ari and Darius majority of the time, and they were sick. They were really cool. But before we get into that, let's talk about like some of the movement stuff. So obviously they talk about movements really huge in this game. They got super jump, down up, forward dash, obviously tap forward, or you can press like two buttons like L and M. Then you have backward dash, back L and M. You can run by just holding like tap forward, you just hold it, and then obviously you can wave dash like traditional Marvel 2 style, like LM down, LM. So the control schemes, it's like you really like LMH, like light attack, medium attack, heavy attack. Then you also have a special 1, which is like your specials, like your character special, and special 2. So pretty much you have 2 special buttons, and then you can do 2 moves usually within each special. So you have a neutral special, and then you have a directional special for each one. Some characters have air specials as well too, so that will give you like different stuff as well. Then you also have the tag button. So your tag button is also your assist. So if you just like press tag, you do like a tag, like, and then if you just press tag in general, you do a tag launcher. If you hold tag, you do like a quick tag, right? If you press a direction of forward tag, you will use an assist 1. If you do back tag, you do like their assist 2. So you can do 2 assists per character and everything like that, right? And obviously what you just saw, that was the defensive mechanism of retreating guard. And retreating guard is so interesting because retreating guard is literally a reverse version of push block, where like you actually put yourself in the corner by retreating, but it loses to lows. So if you think somebody's just mashing retreat guard the whole entire time, you can just clip them with a low and you actually stop the retreating guard. And then there's push block, but push block in general is actually more expensive. It's a really good push block, not one of those push blocks where like you can negate everything. And it has the ability, you have to spend the bar. You have to spend 1 bar to get the push block out, which is pretty expensive, right? Then you have parries. So you obviously have a standing parry and a low parry. Parries are kind of like where it's like Street Fighter 5, like Ryu. Think of it, it's like you just throw it out, and if it succeeds, then you get a punish. So if it does succeed, it costs 1 bar to do, by the way. If you succeed, you get your meter back. If you don't succeed, you're just literally just in this animation where you can get punished for the most part, right? Obviously you have get up attack. You just hold S1, S2, and it's pretty much like kind of like a DOA wake up attack, where you just like you wake up kick, high low. It's pretty much invincible the whole entire time. So that's kind of your, like, I guess your current wake up DP with the get up attack. You block it, you can obviously punish that as well too. There's air recovery if you hold any buttons, and the only way for you to tell that you can do air recovery is when you see the combos. The combos are like 1, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit. As the numbers you see going up, they're pretty much white. Once the number becomes like a black number, where it's like that pretty much means the combo is no longer valid and you can just flip out, right? If you don't flip out that right time, then they can kind of continue to combo, which is kind of interesting. It's not like Skullgirls where you could just like burst at any given point. You can obviously tech throws, you have quick rise, you on knockdown, you just press L, M, or H, and then for back roll, you just hold the backward and then you press the button as well too. So a lot of times, I think what's really cool about the assist thing and everything is obviously you have 2 assists. Obviously they're combo extenders, or there's something where like it helps utility wise. There's also charge assist, and what charge assist does, and when you hold the direction, is the character just starts running. They literally just run at the same entire entire time, and once you let go, then they perform their actions. So, because obviously some assist doesn't have range, because like you know how like Marvel 2, when you call your assist on full screen, they just do their move and like, bro, it's not gonna hit. So with charge assist, you can make them run towards the opponent and then do their action. Obviously, they can be hit while in the process, right? And obviously when you do your assist, anytime your assist is out, if you just hit the tag button, you do what they call a quick tag. And then pretty much it's very similar to like Power Rangers Battle for the Grid or BB tag, where you just tag in that character, and then that assist becomes the now new point character. Dynamic save, we saw that earlier. Pretty much it's your burst, the meter below that bar of your life bar, that's your burst. And obviously if you use it, you have to build it again. And right now I do think it's pretty slow in terms of building it back, so you gotta be careful about that, right? You have to really be careful about that. And then if people are wondering about like, oh, do we have kind of like, you know, how does the combos work? So the combos are like, you know, LMH special. There's also links. Darius is really good with the links, man. He could do standing M, standing H, then forward S2, and then link after that, go into a launch, right? And then you also have launcher tag. So if you don't want to do your launch, you can just hit launcher tag, and that will also pretty much launch the opponent in the air, and then your second character will come in and finish the combo. Very like TVC, like, you know, kind of like a TAC. Think of it as like a TAC, but from grounded position. You can't switch your character from air, so there's no TAC in that option. But there's obviously follows the rules of very classic MVCI with like ground bounces, wall bounces when you're doing a combo and everything. So that's like really huge to just remember, because every combo, like you start, you go in the air, bring them back to the ground, do something else afterwards. A lot of stuff OTGs, a lot of times mostly versus do OTGs in general, and then you can do kind of like a wall bounce afterwards. That was a parry right there. Right, you do a parry after that. Oh, sorry, you do a wall bounce after that, continue to combo, you know, and depending on your fuse system, which is the next thing, which is another mechanic they added in the game. So you guys remember CS2, right? You have like C groove, A groove, P groove, S groove, NK. Think of the fuse system as that, where different your fuses will give you different ways of playing. So you see the life bars next to you see where next to the time, you see those little emblems. So they have different fuses. So different fuses do different things. So the one I was using the most was called Double Down. And what that Double Down assist does is pretty much as Marvel-ish, where you just DHC super to the next character and so forth and so forth. So that Double Down is DHC mode. Then you have ones where it's like double assist mode, where you can have your character do 2 assists during one call. And I that's what Sonic Fox was using. Sonic Fox was using the 2 times assist. Then there's freestyle, which is very like BB tag and Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, where you can do a handshake tag in the same entire time. So you know how sometimes you could do you do a string, you have the assist out, and they're sandwiching you, and then you quick tag, and then you have to quickly block the other way. So let's say you block that, then the person with the freestyle mode can actually do a second tag, and then boom, right? Then do a second tag, and then come back with the original character. So there's 2 handshake tags there, so it's like literally left, right, left, right, left, right, right? So that's, I would say that's really cool. Then there's, I think I forgot there was a red one, but I don't think nobody used the red one. I think that one's still being worked on, and I think what's really cool is that, like, you know, I was talking to the devs and everything. They're saying like literally every day there's like a new build. They're trying new mechanics, new things, game, you know, obviously balancing everything. But yeah, that's the Double Down. That's the supers. That's the supers, bro. I love it, because the crazy part is like you can't do. Let's say you have 3 meters. The most you can have of meters is 3 meters each side. So you can't do super. That would be pretty cheap. But what you can do is you could do super, and then depending on your second character super, if there's like something you could continue afterwards, because like Ari, she throws like this orb super, and she can combo afterwards. So I would be able to do Darius, right? OTG, do a combo OTG with the super, DHC into Ari super, right, and continue to combo with Ari, and then use her super, and then DHC back into Darius super. So I was only able to do like find a way to do 2 DACs in a row. Couldn't see if I could do a third one, but obviously you have we haven't talked about supers yet. Every character has 3 supers. So you have a 2 level 1 supers, and how you do them is just do down down special 1 button, and then the second super is down down special 2 button. And I'm pretty sure you guys can guess what level 2 is. Down down hit S1 and S2 at the same time.
Sweet dreams.
I really did enjoy this game at the time. They also ran a tournament, and surprisingly, me and Sonic Fox were in grand finals. Sonic was able to win. Sonic's so cheap. What's really cool is that they already had like all these different color schemes already. Like it wasn't just like two colors. I like the fact that I was able to press, if I wanted to play pink Darius and pink Ari, I was able to do that, right? That was really cool. So let's talk about the gameplay. So Darius is probably the easiest character to play. He really reminds me of kind of like Marissa from Street Fighter 6, pretty much just like big tank character, big buttons, combos are super easy, and he has really good loops. He has a get off of me armor DP, which is like down special 2, which is really good. The links, right, from like you could do staircase combos with Darius. Like you see, like all the combos are really good. Yeah, do the air shake tag, and then Ari is very interesting. Obviously, out of the 3 characters we were able to play, Echo, Darius, and Ari, she's pretty much the only female character. So she was the waifu. Obviously, you guys know I love my waifus. She has like storm elements in terms of movement. She got like, obviously like the dashing move, which I think is like her pretty much a lighting attack. She can do it 2 times, like there, right? And then her standing A, her jumping H is pretty much like Storm's jump fierce right there. And she could do OTGs and everything with the orbs. But the thing is, the orbs are definitely what really makes her good. When she runs out of orbs, she literally goes down to the tier list, obviously, and in order for her to get her orbs, you have to do just like standing S1, but there's so much recovery, so you need backup, right? You need to use your maybe assist to kind of keep your guard, to able to reload those. But in general, the only way for you to get your orbs back is pressing S1 to get all 3, but it just has so much delay. Or you get a standing grab. Standing forward grab, you could get her orbs back. So she just takes away your soul. Literally anything you do in terms of unsafe moves, unsafe anything, you can cancel into an orb to make it safe. So she can maul you when she has 3 orbs and everything. And she's a character with pretty much like a air dash. Darius doesn't have an air dash. Echo kind of like uses like his time stop to do different things and everything. I really liked Ari a lot. Ari was really fun. And also we gotta talk about the passes. We talked about Ari with like her kind of like orbs, but Darius with his special 2, right? If you get hit by the special 2, you get bleed. So because you have bleed, now you take chip damage off normals. So you can't die from chip damage in general, but with the bleed, you can literally like do like crazy block strings, like with Ari, coming in with like do a handshake tag or like DAC into it, and just go to town with the orbs, and you just do massive chip damage, right? So that's really cool about it. See, that was the freestyle tag where he just did like double assist. But yeah, use the orbs to keep that move safe, and that move is super unsafe on block. But using the orbs, it makes things so much better in terms of that, right? Yep, Darius has a wall bounce, which is really nice as well too, and that's unsafe. That's the armor DP right there. And now he has 2 bars, so he should be able to do his level 2 if anything. Oh, it doesn't do it, but you can, right? And look at that. That's a big. I call that, even though that's like they call it the cold start, that's really a Vegeta assist, because that, how Vegeta assist in Dragon Ball just really just clipped you. Look at this animation though, the level 2 super. But overall, I mean, I really did enjoy just playing this game. And obviously there's, this is nowhere near to be done. There's only 3 characters, and you already know League of Legends has so many different type of characters. But they asked us for a lot of feedback, and we were able to give a lot of feedback. Like I was saying, like, oh, I don't like the fact that push block cost 1 whole bar. Like meter building was pretty slow. Like I think at least in the start of the game, you should start with 1 bar so you can have a push block available for defensive mechanism, because obviously this type of game, you can get mauled. You know what I mean? Like you can see that you can get mauled because retreating guard, even though it's a reverse push block, while you're doing retreating guard, you're putting yourself in the corner. So because you're putting yourself in the corner, obviously eventually you have no room to to back away from. and it loses to lows. So if you like kind of like stagger of lows and everything like that, you actually just clip them from using retreating guards, right? Because that's why they added this. They added a button where you have 3C, right? 3 heavy, right? Which is a down forward heavy. So down forward heavy attack, if you just press it, it's a launch, right? Every character is regular launch. If you hold it, you do a sweep. So because if you hold it and you do a sweep and everything, that is going to change a lot, right? That is going to change a lot, because then that's going to catch your retreating guard aspect, right? So now, like, you see, like when Echo just did that push block right there, that costs 1 whole bar. Because that costs 1 whole bar with the super meter, I feel like eventually, like, sometimes you might not get the ability to do supers, because meter building is kind of slow in this game, right? So that's something I feel like you kind of, you know, have to balance and everything. And like I said, the developers, they really wanted all that type of feedback. They want to hear everything like that. So this is really cool, because I don't think I've ever been in a process where I was able to give kind of like, you know, do a little like play test and give feedback on a fighting game like this, you know. So it's really good, because they had so many different people. It wasn't just pro players. They had, you know, they had a lot of content creators there, you know, a lot of internal testing. So I think that's like really awesome. Also, like, every, like, you know, if you're thinking about like, oh, what's your anti-airs or anything like that, so you have down heavy. Down heavy is like everybody's anti-airs, and it's a pretty unique mechanic, because it's a perfect anti-air. Kind of reminds you of like your 6P from Guilty Gear in general. Like, you know, it's upper body invincible, but if you use it in a block string, it just does nothing. It pretty much ruins your block string afterwards. If you hit with it, you're able to jump cancel and get a combo afterwards, like OTG and everything like that. And combos are interesting. If you hit combos from grounded position, it seems like, from what I noticed, that there's you know, you have more opportunities to continue your combo. But if you're doing a combo where you like hit them in the air and try to juggle afterwards, that causes like I guess more hit stun deterioration, so your combos are a bit shorter. So I think it's really interesting that they have such stuff like that. You also have charge heavy attacks. Charge heavy attacks, you're able to dash forward afterwards to keep your pressure going. It gives you like the little stagger, more like the frame data. So I think that's really cool that they added so much like really unique stuff in this game. Everything is pretty much special cancelable. Into specials, you can do super cancels after specials as well too. So like I said, they're trying really hard to make things easier to play for people. Everyone was saying that Echo is super polished, super well, very heavy mix-up character. I would say his supers kind of reminds me of like Yang's like Saisu Enbu from Third Strike, where he can put himself a clone, kind of attack, go overhead, go low. That type of, I feel like that's kind of like maybe the inspiration, which is really cool in terms of the in that regards. But in terms of, there's also, I think, what else there was in terms of mechanics that was like really interesting to see. Yeah, I would say the fuse system is definitely what I like. So I at first I was scared that like this game was like, oh, everyone's gonna just do the same combo. It's gonna be like a typical like regular anime game where like, you know, you do your bread and butter, your best one, and then call it a day, right? So with the fuse system like this, I really loved it because it reminds me of CVS2, where like, you know how if you played C Group Sagat, right? And you know, like, okay, this is the combo route I need to do with CVS2 Sagat, where I would just do level 2, level 1. But if I pick A Group Sagat, then I would have to do a custom combo. Or if I pick like N Group Sagat or K Group Sagat, my combos will always be different because depending on the group. So with the fuse system, that changes your combos, right? If you have 2 times assist, then you would have maybe like a double OTG assist that you can do combos with. If I have a DHC super double down, which one I use, then my combos will be more based off just using supers and everything like that, right? So freestyle tags or more of like combos from like tag, or like more for like mix-up space. So there's so much depth. And let me tell you, so they ran a tournament because they want to see like, oh, how everything went. And I did mention like me and Sonic Fox were in the grand finals, and like I was able to reset the bracket. You know what I mean? I was able to reset the bracket, and then it went down to the wire in the grand final set, the second set, and it was like an hour-long finals. Like we were playing mad sweaty. I don't know if that footage will ever be released. Maybe you guys have to ask Riot about that. But I know it's something that they're probably going to look and they'd be like, hey, like, do we like this pace of the game and everything like that? But the most important part, when I asked them afterwards, like, how do you guys feel about the tournament, the finals and everything? They're like, they said, I love the fact that you were able, like, both of y'all were able to adapt and do different things and like change it up. And it didn't look like a rinse and repeat type of gameplay where it's like, oh, you just do this and that, which is great, because the neutral aspect, while we were playing neutral, man, we was playing some neutral. So hopefully when this game comes out, maybe we could do another show match or anything like that, me and Sonic. But it was a blast playing. It was a blast playing in the tournament, blast playing this game. This is something that I really want to play more of. I really want to play more of you guys and everything. So yeah, I mean, well, I guess we will see what's going to happen in the future. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about the you know, like, just the gameplay, my thoughts about it. Let me know if you think it was just, if there's too much in the game or not too much in the game. Let me know what do you guys think, because, you know, overall I kind of want to, you know, I want obviously this game to do better, to do more, add more stuff, maybe take more stuff out, balance stuff out, and they're willing to listen, right? So big shout outs again to Riot for giving us the opportunity to play this game, you know, inviting me. It was really nice. The campus was freaking amazing. The staff was freaking amazing. Obviously seeing, like, you know, all the developers that we played tournaments against as well too, they were there as well too, showcase, you know, just wanting, and just they were just so excited. So big shout outs to all of them, and yeah, I was super grateful to have this chance to play this game and talk about it with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed, like, my thoughts about Project L, and I hope to play more in the future, right? Other than that, this is JWong, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.